Hi, welcome to the Destin Business Forum, brought to you by the Destin Area Chamber of Commerce and sponsored by the Henderson Resort and Spa. Today I have two guys that just came in off the street, but we'll find out more about them. We have Mr., you said your name was Lookwood Wernet, and you say that you're the chairman of the Destin Chamber.
Well, that's what they've told me. You know, the ballots came in, and I think I missed a meeting, but
and you won. And then we have Mr. Shane Moody. You are the CEO and the president of the Destin Area
That's
Chamber.
what Lookwood says that I am.
That's what he said.
I go with
right.
it. I go with it. Yeah.
I guess you guys can stay. So, Lookwood, tell me how the the first 2 months have gone.
well, it's been busy. We had our planning session preparing for the year in December, and one of the first things we did is we met with the executive committee from the chamber board and laid out some plans as to what we were going to do for the year. Made some assignments, got some of the committee chairmen working on getting committee members together and start working their plan. We've had the Communications Committee has been very active, and one of the first things that they did is implement a new program of hashtag Destin Chamber. So what we're encouraging people to do is whenever they're participating in a chamber event, to let people know on Twitter, on the Facebook Live, or whatever social media they're participating in, to get out and share that with hashtag Destin Chamber. Some of the other things we've been doing is we've been active we've had the Bayou Bay and Beach Run, which was a successful event. We had good weather this year, and hopefully we'll continue to grow that into the future.
It's a great event,
and you know, just the regular events with our luncheons and after hours and the TV show that you've helped us with.
There you go. All right, Shane, anything from your end?
No, I think he covered it all. You know, it's the same. You're a past chairman. You know how it is. I mean, I'm sure what he said was very familiar to you. But you know, our lunches, our business after hours. In fact, a TV show sponsor is hosting us tonight as we're recording. You know that. With our business after hours, we've got the golf tournament coming up, the multi-chamber business expo coming up, which is, as you know, a tremendous event. And then as we get later, paddle at the porch, and then the holiday party next year. So it may be even a surprise event or two that we're talking about maybe putting together.
I knew I asked you before, and you wouldn't tell me.
Well, we want to be sure the details get worked out before we say that we're going to do something else. So, yeah, the intrigue.
Past chairs don't get no respect.
You'll be the first to know. I'll send you a personal email.
Well, I know it's a lot of work, and I don't think I know I didn't appreciate it, even though my husband was a chair before me. I knew it was some work, but I thought he was exaggerating. It is a lot of work, so I want to thank you for all that you do, all the effort. Not you, Shane, but
no, absolutely. Thank him. Yeah.
No, you do a great job.
And you were at
too.
a disadvantage. You were across the parking lot from me. I mean,
That's
with
true.
him, it's an email or a phone call. For you, it was a walk-in and visit.
That's true. Okay, so what else? If someone is watching this and they're not a member of the chamber and they're like, what are those crazy people talking about? Just tell us, what benefit would an individual or a business get from joining the chamber?
Well, there's no really canned sales pitch as to what someone would get. It all depends on what they want to get. If they want to grow their business, we have numerous ways to do that. I just talked about some of them a minute ago with sponsorships and advertising and who your target market is. If you're interested in, one of the things that we do that people don't really hear a lot about is advocate for business as part of our mission statement. But advocating with city council, county commission, state and federal government, making sure that the decisions that they're making are pro-business, good for business growth and good for the economy. Growth is inevitable, but quality growth is imperative. And watching over that.
I like that.
Yeah, Kevin Boyer said that when he came in as chairman. That was his big phrase, and it holds true. It's our job as a chamber to watch and make sure that the growth decisions being made are good. For example, right now the state legislature is looking at eliminating funding for Visit Florida, which is the state's tourism marketing arm, and for Enterprise Florida, which is the state's economic development marketing arm. Well, we can't people aren't going to just come to Florida just because. So we're working now and trying to fight that and make sure that the funding continues to come. We have to market Florida. As great a state as it is,
Sure.
we still have to market it. That's one of the things we're working on. There's a minimum wage law out there that's not good for business. So as we learn more about that, we'll take a position on that. When you were chairman, and even when David was chairman, oil drilling. Drilling in the Gulf of Mexico, that's come back up. The expansion of gambling at the state level has come back up. So we're again fighting that. So so it's funny because you come full circle in this profession, and you'll fight something and win. 4 years later, you've got to fight it and do it again. So
Always have to be vigilant about
right. So if you're looking for exposure, if you're looking for customers, if you're looking for advertising, we've got all of that for you. If you just want to get out and hang out with people, we've got the parties and the receptions. That you get to do that, and we're really good party throwers. We're really good at that, but we're good at the advocating side, the advocacy side as well, and workforce development, and economic development, community development, and those are the things that you don't usually hear about that we do. And I think that's one thing that we, as the Destin Chamber, do really, really well.
Don't let this go to your head.
Okay.
But I was very impressed when we do the annual trip over to Tallahassee with how many people knew you, liked you, and respected you. No,
Thank you.
I mean,
Yeah.
they knew who you were. You're very involved. So when you say you're going to Tallahassee, you really were.
Yeah, I really was, believe it or not. Yeah. Well, thank you for that, Amy. It's one of the things that the board, as you know, as past chairman, and Lockwood's the same way, and I've really lucked out there, is they've charged me with be sure that the chamber's known so that we have something to say, people listen to us. So, yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun, too.
Yeah, and it really pays off.
Well, it's made a difference for us. We are connected at a state level because of Shane's involvement. We're aware of what's going on. We get regular blurbs from the State Chamber of Commerce as to what legislation that's going on, such as the recent legislation dealing with Enterprise Florida and Visit Florida and the workman's comp, and we've been able to share that information with our members and let them know, and let them also be a voice going out to our representatives and senators and telling them what our position is. And it's helped us in developing positions. We've been able to bring people in. We had the recent 2030 town hall meeting where we brought the chamber in, and we had
65 or 68, yeah.
participants come and listen to what the forecast was, share some concerns from the community, and that's a voice, and we're able to get that because of Shane's involvement at the state level. So we're able to do a lot with a very small staff compared to other chambers.
That's always very impressive with how much happens there. And on a local level?
Well, Shane attends most all city council meetings. I know he's leaving here and going to a TDD meeting, and his participation keeps us abreast of what's going on. So we're able to be a voice to go out and share what the business community is telling us, get feedback from the members that we're representing, and then share that and tell them if something's good or if something we think, we're concerned that it could be harmful to business, because we're here to advocate for business. But we're also here to strengthen community, and we understand that there is a level of legislation that has to be in place to ensure that we control. We have growth, and we have everything that's going on is a fair field and caters not only to those coming in, but also to those who have been here forever.
Right, exactly, and that's kind of a delicate line. Sometimes it's obvious, but other times it's like, well.
Yeah, and it's a unique mix that we have here, and it makes the job interesting. It makes it fun. I'm never bored, so yeah.
I don't know the number, so help me with this. But you always say Destin is a city of.
Yeah, we're a city of 13,000 people. And we have to make decisions for a city of 45,000, 50,000 people, because when you throw the tourists in here, they're here all the time. Our visitors that we love come in, and everybody lives here and has jobs because of the visitors. We have to make decisions. We're a small town that has to make big city decisions. And so that's kind of the challenge that we have.
And I think sometimes people don't understand
get it
that
and don't understand
until
it,
you,
right?
spell it out to them, and then they do.
Right.
And we can't, we're small, a few months out of the year, and that is the base voting population. That's the base business community. But when we get those swell of people, we have to be prepared for that. And we have to be prepared for that every day of the year,
Right.
not just
During
the
the
100
season.
days of summer.
Right. Okay, I've gone over my time. I knew I would. Have I left out anything you want to?
I don't think so. We're out of time.
Okay. All right. See you next time.